Hello there, I'm Dr. Johnson's, and as a geriatrician, I have dedicated my career to understanding and enhancing the health and well-being of our wonderful senior community. I've seen firsthand how vibrant and full of life you are, and I want to talk about something that often comes up: attractiveness as we age. Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered if you've still got that spark? It's a common experience as we get older to question if we're still seen as attractive, if our charm is holding up. But you might be surprised to learn that you could be far more attractive than you realize. Attractiveness isn't just about chasing youth or having a perfect head of hair. It's something much deeper, something that actually improves with age. It's about the wisdom you've accumulated, the experiences you've lived, and how all of that combines to create a unique appeal. The way people react to you, how they engage in conversation, even those subtle nonverbal cues, they all tell a story about how others perceive you. There are definitely clear signs that show you're still a handsome, older man, even if you don't see it yourself every day. In this article, we're going to explore 7 of these signs that prove you still have that striking appeal. And we're not just talking about looks here. It's about your entire presence, that special something that draws people to you. It could be the way you carry yourself, how people react when you enter a room, or even those compliments you might be dismissing without realizing how significant they are. These are real indicators that speak volumes. Stick with me until the end, because you might just realize that the things you often overlook about yourself are exactly what make you stand out. You might find that your confidence, your self-assurance, and your mature sense of style are working wonders for you, more than you ever imagined. And who knows? By the time we're done here, you might just see yourself in a whole new, positive light. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend you do. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoy this article, type 1 in the comments. If it's not your cup of tea, type 0. Your feedback helps me create content that's truly valuable for you. Now, let's get started. Number 1. People often ask you for advice or help. One of the biggest clues that folks, especially women, find you attractive, whether you know it or not, is how often they come to you for advice, guidance, or even just a little help. It might not seem like a direct compliment on your looks, but it really says a lot about how people see you. As you get older, your life experiences, your wisdom, and that calm way you handle things set you apart. People recognize that you've been through a lot, and you've got this steady, reassuring vibe that's really compelling. Women, in particular, are naturally drawn to men who show confidence, reliability, and emotional intelligence. And those qualities often shine through in how people naturally turn to you for your insights and support. Think about it. How many times have you been approached? Maybe it's a younger guy looking for career tips, a friend wanting your take on a personal problem, or even a stranger needing directions. These moments might seem every day, but they actually highlight something important. People see you as someone worth listening to. That sense of dependability and quiet strength is deeply attractive, even if it doesn't always come with a big, obvious compliment. Take Richard, for example. At 67, he never thought of himself as a heartthrob, but he noticed something interesting. Whether he was at parties, work events, or just out and about, people naturally gravitated toward him for his opinion. Younger men would ask him about relationships. Women would linger in conversations, wanting to hear his stories and thoughts. He wasn't trying to be the center of attention. His presence just made people feel comfortable and at ease. That kind of trustworthiness isn't just about being wise. It's a sign of real, natural appeal. A man who carries himself with quiet confidence, who doesn't need to show off, often becomes the person everyone wants to be around. It's a type of attraction that goes way beyond just physical appearance. It's about the positive energy you bring into a space. And trust me, women notice. While younger guys might still be in that phase of life where they're trying to grab attention, an older man who naturally exudes self-assurance really stands out. A woman might not say, "Wow, I find you attractive," straight out. But if she values what you have to say, respects your opinions, and loves having meaningful conversations with you, that speaks louder than any words. So, if you've noticed people often seeking you out, even in casual situations, take it as a sign. You bring something valuable to the table that others find compelling. You might not realize it, but your very presence is magnetic in ways you've never even considered. Number 2. You get compliments on your style and grooming. A man who takes pride in how he looks stands out, no matter his age. If people regularly compliment your clothes, your grooming, or just the way you carry yourself, that's a clear sign you're making a strong impression. It might seem like a small thing, but these comments often reveal much more than just noticing a nice outfit. They signal that others see you as attractive. As men get older, many develop their own unique style, something that shows confidence, experience, and self-respect. A well-fitting jacket, polished shoes, a neatly trimmed beard, or even just a signature cologne. These small but important choices tell the world you care about your appearance. And women especially, they really take note of that. Think about it. How often do you hear things like, "That color looks great on you," "I love your haircut," or "You always look so put together"? These aren't just polite little comments. They're indicators that people notice you, that your sense of style enhances your appeal, and that you stand out in a way that others appreciate. Take Robert, for example. At 68, he never gave his looks much thought, but he started noticing something interesting. Whether he was at a family get-together or just out running errands, women would often comment on his clothing choices or how well-groomed he looked. At first, he just brushed it off as politeness, but after a while, he realized these remarks weren't random. They were a direct response to how he presented himself, and more importantly, they showed how others saw him: refined, confident, and attractive. Style isn't about chasing the latest fads. It's about knowing what looks good on you and wearing it with confidence. A man who takes the time to dress well and pay attention to grooming shows he values himself. And that level of care and attention doesn't go unnoticed. Even if you don't get direct compliments, pay attention to how people react when they see you. Do they give you a second look? Do they seem to light up when you walk into a room? Do they respond positively when you shake hands or stand near them? These little cues say a lot about how others perceive you. Attractiveness isn't just about youthful features. It's about how you present yourself. If you take pride in your appearance, put in the effort to look your best, and notice people responding to that effort, take it as a sign. You're turning heads more than you realize. If you're still with me and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. Let's keep going. Number 3. Women hold eye contact with you longer than usual. Attraction is often shown in ways that don't need words. One of the most telling signs that you're a handsome, older man is the way women look at you. If you've ever noticed a woman holding eye contact with you just a little longer than feels necessary, that's not by accident. A lingering glance is often a subconscious sign of admiration, curiosity, or even interest. Women, especially those who are naturally a bit shy, don't always express attraction with bold words or actions. Instead, they communicate through subtle body language, and one of the most powerful of these is prolonged eye contact. It's not just a quick glance or a polite nod. It's when her eyes stay on you just a moment longer, as if she's taking a second to really notice something about you that caught her attention. Think about the last time this happened to you. Maybe it was in a restaurant, a coffee shop, or even just walking in the park. You notice someone looking at you, then quickly glancing away, only to look back again moments later. That hesitation, that little pause before looking away, says a lot. It's a natural reaction when someone finds another person interesting but doesn't want to make it too obvious. For instance, imagine a man like Charles, who's 72 and never really thought of himself as particularly attractive. He figured that at his age, women wouldn't notice him the way they used to. But one day, enjoying a quiet afternoon at a bookstore, He caught a younger woman looking at him from across the room. At first, he thought nothing of it. But when he moved to another section, he saw it again. She glanced at him, held her gaze for just a second too long, then smiled faintly before turning back to her book. What Charles didn't realize was that his presence, his composed manner, the way he carried himself with quiet confidence, had made an impression. She wasn't staring out of curiosity, she was intrigued. And that's something many older men don't realize. Women, no matter their age, appreciate a man who carries himself with confidence. A man who isn't desperate for attention but naturally commands it. The way you move, the way you stand, and the way you look back at someone all communicate something about you. If women seem to hold eye contact with you, even for just a second longer than you'd expect, that's a strong sign they find something about you appealing. It might be your eyes, the way you dress, or simply the quiet self-assurance you project. Next time you catch a woman looking at you, don't be so quick to dismiss it. It might not be an accident. It might just be the clearest sign yet that you're far more attractive than you give yourself credit for. Number 4. Women naturally gravitate toward you. One of the clearest signs that you're a handsome, older man is how people seem drawn to you without you even trying. It's not always about having a chiseled jawline or looking young. There's something deeper going on. People are naturally attracted to confidence, self-assurance, and an aura of wisdom. And you might be showing these qualities more than you realize. Think about times you've walked into a room and felt a subtle shift in the energy. Maybe people look in your direction more often. Or maybe conversations just seem to flow easily when you're around. You might find that people, especially women, really enjoy talking with you, whether it's at a coffee shop, a family gathering, or just a quick chat at the grocery store. They lean in when you speak. They engage with your stories, and they seem genuinely interested in what you have to say. This happens because an attractive man isn't just about strong features or a full head of hair. It's someone who carries himself with quiet confidence. There's a steadiness in your presence, a sense of ease that makes people feel comfortable. And that kind of attractiveness never fades with age. For example, think about a time when a woman, younger or closer to your age, seemed to hold eye contact a little longer than usual. Or maybe she found a reason to keep the conversation going, asking questions about your life, your thoughts, or your experiences. It's subtle, but it's telling. Women, in particular, are drawn to men who make them feel at ease, who listen, and who have that effortless self-possession that younger men often haven't developed yet. It's also worth noting that when you have this presence, people trust you more. They seek your advice, they enjoy being around you, and they value your company. If anyone has ever told you they feel comfortable opening up to you, even if they barely know you, that's a sign you're giving off a really attractive kind of energy. At the end of the day, attractiveness isn't just about how you look in the mirror. It's about how others feel when they're with you. If you've noticed people naturally enjoying your company, it's not a coincidence. It's a reflection of the appeal you carry, whether you see it or not. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Let's keep going. Number 5, you have a confident, relaxed presence. One of the most attractive qualities in an older man isn't about looks at all. It's about your presence. If you move through life with a quiet, relaxed confidence, people notice, and they're drawn to it. Unlike younger men who might still be figuring things out, an older man who is comfortable in his own skin radiates a type of confidence that can't be faked. It's not about being the loudest person in the room or trying to prove anything to anyone. It's about carrying yourself with a sense of ease, knowing who you are, what you believe in, and having nothing to prove. That kind of confidence is magnetic. Think about times you've walked into a room and felt people's attention shift, not because you were demanding it, but simply because of how you carried yourself. Maybe people naturally make space for you in conversations. Maybe women feel comfortable around you, engaging with you without hesitation. That's because true confidence puts others at ease. It makes people feel safe, intrigued, and respected all at once. Take someone like George, age 74. He's not flashy. He doesn't try to impress anyone. And yet people always seem drawn to him. When he speaks, people listen. When he enters a room, there's an effortless authority about him. Not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that invites respect. Women notice it too. It's not about physical perfection. It's about the sense of calm and security he provides just by being himself. There's a reason why a relaxed presence is so appealing. In a world where so many people are anxious, insecure, and constantly seeking validation, a man who is truly at ease with himself stands out. He doesn't need to fill every silence with words. He doesn't need to seek approval. He simply exists in a way that commands quiet respect. And that kind of self-assurance doesn't go unnoticed by women. They appreciate a man who doesn't feel the need to dominate a conversation, but who also isn't afraid to speak up when it matters. A man whose posture is strong but not stiff, whose smile is genuine but never forced, and whose very presence makes others feel safe. So, if you've ever wondered why people seem naturally drawn to you, why women feel comfortable in your presence, or why you don't have to try too hard to earn respect, it's because confidence, when it's real, is impossible to ignore. And that in itself is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. Number 6. You receive subtle compliments about your physical condition. Attractiveness isn't just about a youthful face or a full head of hair. It's also about how well you take care of yourself and how that effort shows. If people, especially women, have ever commented on your posture, your energy, or even made casual remarks about how fit or strong you look, that's a clear sign you're making an impression. You don't have to be a bodybuilder or spend hours at the gym to be seen as physically attractive. What really stands out is when a man takes care of himself, staying active, maintaining good posture, and moving with ease. People notice when a man carries himself with strength, even in subtle ways. Whether it's how you stand, how you walk, or even how you shake hands, those small cues speak volumes about your overall vitality. Consider a man like Thomas, age 69. He never thought of himself as particularly fit, but he always made time for morning walks, regular stretching, and just keeping his body moving. He didn't realize how much that mattered until one day, a woman in her 50s casually mentioned, "I hope I have that much energy when I reach your age." At first, he brushed it off as just a polite comment, but then he started noticing a pattern. Women, sometimes much younger, would compliment his strong handshake, his good posture, or the fact that he seemed so active and engaged in life. It wasn't about having an athlete's body. It was about the way he carried himself. That's because people, especially women, aren't just attracted to looks. They're drawn to energy, movement, and the unspoken signals of good health. A man who stays active, who keeps himself moving with confidence and ease, gives off an appeal that's impossible to ignore. Think about how you carry yourself. When you sit, do you slouch, or do you hold yourself with confidence? When you walk into a room, do you move with purpose, or do you seem weighed down by the years? These small details might not seem like much, but they shape how others perceive you. A man who stands tall, who moves with agility and ease, naturally commands attention. It's also worth noting that fitness doesn't just show in your physical appearance. It's reflected in your energy levels, your attitude, and even how you engage in conversations. If people often say things like, "You look like someone who stays active," or "You seem younger than your age," take it as a sign. They're recognizing something about you that goes beyond surface-level looks. So if you've ever been told you look strong or that you have great energy, don't brush it off. It's one of the clearest signs that you're an attractive older man, even if you don't see it yourself. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. Let's keep going. Number 7. Women laugh at your jokes, even the corny ones. Humor is one of the most underrated yet powerful indicators of attractiveness. If women laugh at your jokes, even the ones you know are a bit corny or simple. That's a clear sign they enjoy your company. And, more importantly, they find you appealing. Laughter isn't just about finding something funny. It's a social response, a way of connecting with others. When a woman genuinely laughs at what you say, it's not always about the joke itself. It's about how she feels around you. If she finds you engaging, warm, and comfortable to be with, she's much more likely to laugh at your humor, even if it's not exactly groundbreaking comedy. Think about times you've told a joke in a social setting. Maybe you threw out a classic dad joke, something simple, maybe even predictable. But instead of rolling her eyes, she laughed. Maybe she even leaned in a little closer, touched your arm as she chuckled, or responded with an amused shake of the head while smiling. These small, natural reactions aren't just signs that she found your words funny. They're indicators that she enjoys your company. Consider a man like Henry, age 73, who always had a habit of making lighthearted, harmless jokes in conversation. He never thought much of it until he realized that women, especially those he found interesting, seemed to laugh at his jokes more often than not. At first, he assumed they were just being polite, but over time, he noticed a pattern. Women lingered in conversations with him, engaged more, and seemed to light up when he spoke. What Henry didn't realize was that his humor was doing more than just entertaining. It was creating a connection. Humor is attractive because it signals confidence, intelligence, and emotional ease. It tells people you don't take life too seriously. You're comfortable with who you are, and you can find joy in even the simplest moments. Women, in particular, appreciate men who can make them laugh without trying too hard. Men who can create a light, enjoyable atmosphere without feeling the need to impress. This doesn't mean you have to be a stand-up comedian. It's not about delivering the perfect punchline. It's about being yourself and sharing a moment of joy with someone. If you've noticed that women respond positively to your humor, even when it's simple or lighthearted, take it as a sign. They're enjoying your presence. They feel at ease around you, and on some level they find you attractive. So, next time you make a joke and hear laughter, especially from a woman who seems engaged in the conversation with you, don't dismiss it as just good manners. It might just be one of the clearest signs yet that you're more attractive than you think. If you're still watching and finding these lessons valuable, please comment number 7 below to let me know you're here. Now let's wrap things up with some final thoughts. Final thoughts from Dr. Johnson's. As we conclude this discussion, I want to emphasize that attractiveness in our later years is a beautiful thing. It's a testament to a life well lived. You see, gentlemen, true appeal isn't about chasing an illusion of youth. It's about embracing the wisdom, the confidence, and the genuine self that you've cultivated over time. If you've recognized any of these 7 signs in your own life, I encourage you to embrace them. Recognize that these are genuine indicators of how others perceive you, and take pride in the unique appeal that comes with age. Remember, your experiences have shaped you into the interesting, capable, and attractive individuals you are today. Now, I know that sometimes it can be challenging to see ourselves as others do. If you're struggling with this or have specific concerns about aging and well-being, please don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments below. I read them, and I want to offer guidance and support where I can. Let's create a supportive community where we can learn from each other and navigate these years with confidence and positivity. If you found this article helpful and insightful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more content focused on healthy and happy aging, and share it with your friends and family who might also benefit from these insights. Your support helps us continue to create valuable resources for you. Stay tuned for our next video. Remember, gentlemen, you are more attractive than you know. Embrace your journey and let your inner and outer appeal shine brightly.